Good morning, everyone. I want to take this opportunity to quickly review the 6 parts of the argumentative research paper. If you recall in our WIMBA classes, we had talked in Comp 1 about the 5-paragraph essay, and we've also reviewed that for Comp 2. However, I have mentioned to you on several occasions that we need to add a 6th paragraph to our 2 research papers that we will complete this quarter. So I want to just review these parts with you. This is something that you can, watch at your leisure. So as you begin writing your paper, you will know in each section what you are responsible for including. The first paper or section of our 6-paragraph research paper, of course, is the introductory paragraph. And with this introductory paragraph, always we want to start that first sentence with some type of a hook, an attention grabber. It might be a quote, it might be an interesting story or an anecdote, a catchy phrase, but something that's going to grab the reader's eye, grab the reader's attention before you move on. Once that is completed, it is very important for a research paper to give background of the controversial topic. Remember, your audience is everyone here at PTI, which deals with your colleagues. It includes your instructors, it includes our staff and our administration here at PTI. So you are writing a formal research paper. And we all have different backgrounds, so one person may understand the topic or the issue that you are going to argue, but we all may not. So you want to give background of your topic, you want to ease the reader into the topic, and then of course you want to tell why is this issue controversial. Because remember, we are not writing a report where you choose a topic and then research. You are writing a paper, an argumentative, persuasive paper, where your topic is going to be controversial and you are going to take a side. So you want to make sure in that intro that you include why is this issue controversial and why should I as the reader care about the different sides. And then obviously at the very last sentence of this introductory paragraph is your thesis statement. You want to make sure that the thesis statement is only one sentence and it includes your topic, the side or the stance that you are taking, the claim that you are making about that topic, and then the 3 supporting arguments that you are going to use in your research paper to get the reader to take your side. And all of this will be placed in one sentence. So it's very important that you make sure you set it up in this manner. Once that is completed, we are going to start with our first body paragraph. And body paragraph 1 should begin with the topic sentence. Remember, the topic sentence, we are going to take that information from argument 1. Whatever your first argument was, you are going to place that into a sentence so that your first sentence that I read in body paragraph 1 lets me know what argument you are going to discuss. Also, you want to make sure that you do not start that first sentence of your body paragraph with a direct quote. You can use the direct quote later. You can even use the direct quote as your second sentence, but the first sentence has to go back to the first argument that you listed in your thesis statement. Once that is completed, then everything in that paragraph is going to deal with that argument, and there will be supporting details. You will take these from facts, statistics, expert testimony, personal opinion, examples, stories. Perhaps if a study was done in the topic that you are reporting or arguing, you might include that. But you need to give support for the claim that you're making. It is not enough just to say, this is my claim. People want to see support. And of course, you want to use credible support, credible sources to give this support. You're going to cite this material to your sources. It is certainly okay to give personal opinion, personal stories, but you cannot use that alone. You must also use your sources. You should use at least one source in each of your 3 body paragraphs. Certainly More would be better, but you must cite at least one source in each body paragraph. And then the third item you want to include in your body paragraph 1 is a transition sentence to make us leave. We're leaving argument 1 and smoothly moving into argument 2. We move to body paragraph 2. Same idea. The topic sentence that you will write, you will take from argument 2 that you listed in your thesis statement. And again, it's going to state what the second argument is about in a complete sentence. From there, you are going to move to your supporting details. Again, facts, statistics, expert testimony. Personal opinion, you may add, yes, examples, stories. But again, you must use at least one source in body paragraph 2, preferably more than one source. Remember that people want evidence. They want proof that your opinion and that your reasons are sound and that they are based on truth. And then next, the last sentence, you're going to make your transition into, and we talked about placing your rebuttal right after your second argument. Let's take a look at that rebuttal paragraph. Remember, as we discussed in our WIMBA session, the rebuttal paragraph, it does two things. First of all, it makes a concession statement, and that's where you're going to use one of the phrases on page 261 in your textbook. These phrases will help you to concede your point graciously. The concessions are going to strengthen your overall argument by making it seem more credible. Once you've made that concession statement, now you're going to develop your rebuttal. You're going to make a tactful argument aimed at the weak spot in the opposing argument. Again, we're not shoving our viewpoints down our reader's throat. This rebuttal paragraph lets them know, yes, I see your point. And now you want to develop your rebuttal and tell them tactfully why their point is weak. You want to make sure that the reader sees the big picture. And then once you've completed that, we are going to consolidate the claim. Go back to your claim. Make it stronger. Perhaps use a source or facts in this last part of the rebuttal paragraph to prove your argument. In other words, you're going to regroup. Let me get back to my argument again. Let me add some facts to it. Let me make it stronger so that you see I have made a concession. I've said that I see your side. I am telling you where I think your side is a little weak. And now I'm going to consolidate my claim. I'm going to regroup and make my argument even stronger. Once I've completed my rebuttal paragraph, I'm going to go into body paragraph 3. This is my third chance to produce an argument for you and make my claim even stronger. Again, I'm going to use my topic sentence. Remember, it's a sentence that states what my third argument is. It states second argument here. I want to state what my third argument is. Take it from argument 3 in your thesis statement. Again, these numbers are wrong right here. I apologize for that. Once you have made the topic sentence that you took from argument 3 in your thesis statement, again, you're going to give supporting details. You must use at least one source that you cite to, preferably more. Give some facts, statistics. Again, mix it up. You don't want to just use examples and personal opinion. Use some hard evidence also. Again, you need proof that your opinion and reasons are sound and based on truth. From there, we're going to move into our conclusion. In our concluding paragraph, we want to restate the thesis. And when you restate that thesis, use it or rephrase it differently from the way you phrased it in your thesis statement. Summarize your main points. This is your last chance to make an impression. So you want to hit hard on those main claims that you made, the main support that you gave. And then at the end, you want to give a call to action. Make a plea. Tell the reader exactly what you want them to do. Do you want them to protest? Do you want them to sign a petition? Do you want them to no longer support a certain business, a certain person, a certain candidate? Let them know what action you would like to see them take. And really, these are the 6 paragraphs of your argumentative research paper. So I hope that, as you're writing your paper and you need a little bit of reinforcement, take a look at this, and this should help you to organize all the points that you plan to do.